Welcome, everyone, to the August 12, 2025 City of Broussard Council meeting. Please remember to adjust your microphones and speak into them so you can be heard clearly on our broadcast. If anyone from the audience would like to make a comment on an item listed on our agenda, please fill out a blue card located near the entrance door and turn it into our city clerk. Each speaker will be given a maximum of 3 minutes. Please rise for the pledge. Please welcome Pastor Gabe Smith with Our Savior's Church to lead us in our prayer. Welcome, Pastor.
Please close your eyes and bow your heads. Lord, we thank you for this night, and I thank you for the promise of your word that says all authority in heaven and on earth has been given to you, Jesus. And so I ask that you grant wisdom, direction, and guidance, God, to these great leaders of this community. Lord, I pray as they seek you, you would grant it in abundance. We acknowledge you, and we thank you for how you've blessed the city of Broussard. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Item 2.1, acceptance of the minutes of the July 22nd, 2025 meeting. Do we have a motion to accept?
Make a motion.
Second.
The minutes were supplied in the council's packet. Kelly, do we have public comment?
No public comment.
Council discussion?
Question. District 1? Yes. District 2?
Yes.
District 3?
Yes.
District 4?
Yes.
District 5?
Yes.
District 6?
Yay.
At large?
Yay.
Motion approved.
Other business, recognition of the Community Achievement Award. So I'm proud to announce that the City of Broussard was the winner of the LMA Community Service Award for Outstanding Community Improvement in Basic Services for our Broussard Service Complex. We'd now like to show the video that was our submission for the award.
And only on the speed line for current block basis. Three, two, one.
City official and President Stephen Broussard welcomed the city's first responders to the multi-million-dollar brand new space. We are very pleased to make this announcement for the city. It means that we are committed to public safety in our city and to give our employees like schools and facilities operate out of to do the very difficult job we have to do every day. It's our responsibility to make sure we supply those things to our employees, they can do the right job and the best job of our residents.
All right, so congratulations to the council and our employees and everyone who was involved making that facility happen for our city. And I'm happy to report that it's been well received by our department heads and their departments, and it's functioning very well for our city. If the council was each sent a plaque about the awards, so after the meeting, if you wouldn't mind staying for a few minutes, we'll take a picture. Also, I'd like to I'd like to recognize that two members on this board were recognized by the LMA for their service. The 4-Star Silver Award was given to officials serving or completing on their 4th term of service, 12 to 16 years. I was proud to be one of those recipients, and the other who couldn't make the event was District 1 Councilwoman Angel Rockoff, who was elected in 2012. Congratulations, Angel. Our District 1, the 6-Star Gold Award for officials who served or have completed their 6th term of service, which is 20 to 24 years of service, was our very own District 2 Councilman, Mr. David Bonan, who was elected in 2003. Congratulations, David. Resolutions. Item 4.1, resolution number 848-25. A resolution of the City of Broussard amending the fiscal year 2025-2026 operational budget of revenues and expenditures for $8,950,000 for recreation capital outlay. Do we have a motion to approve?
Motion.
Second.
We have three presenters tonight, first of which will be the civil engineer on the project, Mr. Walter Como.
So you can.
And Mr. Daniel Hutchinson, sorry, Dan.
Yeah, Daniel's going to give you all the real details. I just get to do the easy part. If you look up on the top of the drawing, you'll see a kind of a round white area where there's a bunch of trees and vegetation. We're creating a pond there. And the purpose of the pond will help drainage in the area. It's a retention pond. It's a functional stormwater pond. But we're also we're mining that area for fill material to build up the pad for the pickleball facility and parking lot. Also, I don't have a laser pointer, but you'll see like a little round area next to the pond. That'll be the Veterans Memorial, and the architect on that will go into more detail. And what we're going to do, one of the most costly, we're doing the civil part, which is the earthwork, but in the process, we're going to be removing a bunch of topsoil with the organic material, which we can't put under a building. So you'll see the crosshatch areas, the white areas are areas on site that we're going to be placing that material. To truck it off is very expensive. To import material is very expensive. So we were trying to do is produce material on site, and we had a little challenging situation in that the top 2 feet were not suitable, and then below either 4 or 6 feet it was not suitable. And we ended up basically having just enough dirt to suitable material for the parking lot and pickleball facility. Daniel has more details than I'm prepared to give at this point, so.
So like Walter said, the pond's about 3.8 acres. It's going to produce right at about 50,000 yards of dirt. That's what we need for the project. The parking lot's about 1.87 acres, and then the pickleball facility, I think that's close to about 3 acres, which in this project, we're doing all the dirt work and filling that area and getting positive drainage so they have a working pad to come in when we finish the parking lot to build the pickleball facility. And we're also doing the earthwork for the Veterans Memorial. The parking lot has about 190 parking spaces in it. And that's kind of about it. The small areas, we're going to create some mounds in those hatched areas. We're crossing the road at one entry point where the little circle is, crossing the road right there with the spall, and we'll spread it. Looks like little train tracks going across to all those small areas to kind of minimize interruption to the park traffic. It'd only be one crossing the road.
we are gonna break the road in the process of this. So in where we cross, we anticipate that we're gonna be using scrapers here, which are very big, pieces of equipment. So we're probably gonna have, that piece of the road that we're crossing, that one spot, we're gonna have to maintain so that the park can keep operating. And then at the end of it, we'll have to go fix it.
That's about it. for this.
Any questions, we're ready for them.
Oh, here's a zoom up of the parking lot. You can see the Veterans Memorial and the little.
That's a better view of where the Veterans Memorial will be.
Yeah, and then the hatched areas where the pickleball, they're doing dirt work all in there in this phase. You can see the drainage and.
So, go ahead.
The existing tennis courts, that's what I'm seeing, the blue, the two tennis courts? Are we gonna
those
tear
are
those down, or are we
basketball.
gonna,
Those are the basketball
it's
courts.
basketball? Okay. Are we gonna remove the cement there, or are we just gonna build around? So, put a
We're
foundation?
adding on to the basketball courts and converting them to pickleball courts.
You see where the little gray area is on the outside, Mr. Jeff? They're gonna tie onto it, the little hatched area, the little, where it says proposed court extension future. We'll do some dirt work there and then they're gonna scab onto that slab.
I don't recall how many parking spots are in soccer and baseball. You said almost 200 in this parking lot?
It's right at, 190.
Yeah, I'm not, Jamie, do you know?
685
Total?
in baseball, in softball, and then we've got another,
So this would get us to around 12 or 1,300 parking spots total in the park? Okay, if there's no other questions for Daniel on the civil part of it. Mr. Russell Tronholm with Tronholm Architecture is the architect designing the facility itself.
Good evening. So just a quick bird's eye view of the work that, I guess the background images are a little bit washed out. We're maintaining the existing tennis courts, the basketball court where we will be adding on, we're gonna take off one leg of fence, and we're gonna add on a section to where we can get to the number of pickleball courts that we're after. We've got a total of 24 pickleball courts. We're also adding in a new concessions building and storage, for Jamie's equipment. We're also adding in a 2-story pro shop, offices with a 2nd floor observation deck on the facility. I'll start to go into it. The light colored areas on the top left-hand side of the screen, the far left is the existing basketball court with the addition. That is covered, so that the kind of washed out area, those are covered courts. So I think we have a total of a little over, let's see, 12. About 16 courts are going to be covered year round. We have fans and lighting for the facility. And then the remaining courts to the right, on the top right, are uncovered courts. And we have the ability, and we've designed for and planned for the ability to come back in and muck in new footings if the city ever wanted to cover the remaining courts. Observation decks, and I'll show you in a second, we've got perspective views looking back down to ensure that we've got good visibility back into the covered court areas. And again, the tennis courts are staying where they were. Back up one, sorry. This is our main entrance. I'm going to back up again. So the main entrance is between the 8 courts, top right, and the covered courts to the left. That's coming in from the parking lot would be north of this at the very top. We come in through a new branded entry, very simple, but just enough so that when you park in the parking lot, you can see where the entrance is. The facility is quite long, so this is kind of a key point where you can catch a sidewalk, come on in through the facility. You're going to walk between the covered pickleball courts and the adjacent uncovered with a direct access back to the pro shop. You can start to see the pro shop right behind it. So the pro shop will have view back to that area. view of the pickleball courts. This will all be covered, working with the council members and the committees. We've maintained the liner panels, so it's a metal building structure. What we didn't want was birds nesting in the purlins, roof purlins, mud daubers, and pickleballs actually get stuck within there, just to clean it all up. So we are maintaining liner panels within that facility. It gives us a place to mount our light fixtures. We will have fans that come down that are operated with the back at the pro shop. Lighting and the fans and everything will be under the control of Jamie's back at Jamie's pro shop. We've designed it with a little extra space in between the courts, dealing with our two consultants to attract a younger crowd. They tend to run a little faster. They like that runoff. I'm listening to a lot of those players. Just when we're trying to get which was the ultimate goal, is to get these major events at this facility. Tight courts really aren't what they want to play. They want a little bit more space. So we left a little bit of fudge room, if you will, between the courts and the net systems to make sure that we have enough room for those players to play at a high activity level. Our pro shop and observation deck, very similar to the observation deck and concessions building that you will see within the baseball parks. A little bit smaller footprint, but good generous observation deck. We're close to the courts. You should be able to view both the tennis courts as well as the pickleball facilities. We're using the same railing and stair systems, very similar to what's at that facility. Very low maintenance in those areas. CMU wall construction, very similar to what has been used within the remainder of the park as well. View from the observation deck, potential seating arrangement. We've got chase system to allow for ventilation back up from the plumbing fixtures that are downstairs, and I'll show you floor plan in a second. We will have fans, lighting, TVs mounted to the chase system. So from all four sides up on the observation deck, you can watch events, whatever Broussard decides to play on those systems. View back into the pickleball courts. You can see pretty much clear through the covered structures, back towards the entrance, then back towards the tennis courts. We have a good sizable overhang. So as rain, it tends to kind of come in sideways here in South Louisiana. We've got good coverage from the deck area. View of the front of the concessions facility. So it's adjacent to the pro shop. We've got two windows. We've kept that very small. We've consulted with Bonton Grill. Should they continue to hold the contract for the food and concessions. The concession facility itself is designed with their arrangement in mind, but they're providing all of that equipment, is my understanding, tables and cooking equipment. So we're just providing the facility ready for them to move in. Our pro shop, start from the top is the entrance. We've got a central corridor. We've got 3 offices for park staff. And then the top right is our pro shop. We've also we have sliding glass from within the facility, so you have to come in to check in with the pro shop. We listened to Mr. Bill at the Youngsville tennis facility. He likes the fact that they have to come in, because if they just see people walk by, he knows that they didn't check in. So this is a way of just kind of ensuring visual observation that, yeah, these guys have come in and paid their dues to play for that day. We have a small storage facility for their rackets and stringing equipment within the facility. In addition to that, on the bottom side of the building, the 2 spaces on the very bottom, we have a men's and ladies' restroom. We've upsized that, not just for the facility, but so that the park itself will have a restroom on this end of the facility. Second floor, pretty much open. The outside footprint is the dashed area is the footprint of the downstairs pro shop. And we go out another 5-6 feet around the facility to maximize the usage. Straight on views, not as glamorous as perspectives, but looking back at the main entrance of pro shop, side, rear to the restrooms. We will also have water fountains, drinking fountains at that particular location, and other side as well. We are planning on caging the condenser units to avoid vandalism and theft. concessions floor plan. So top left is our storage with an overhead door. Bottom left is our IT and HVAC equipment. We've got a small office for them to count money. And then all of the concession area, two main windows that look back towards the pro shop. Again, elevations, we kept the design simple. We're trying to mine the cash that's being spent on this facility. But we also thought about maintenance and, longevity of the structures. Overhead door, simple, caged HVAC equipment, and then just general access for HVAC. That's all of our presentation as right now. If you have any questions.
Russell, remind us, how many courts?
24 total.
And-
That's the sweet spot for events in the research that's been done.
And how many of those are under the pavilion roof?
We have 16 underneath the pavilion.
Okay.
Correct. The basketball court, because it's the size for the basketball court, by the time we lay out the pickleball courts, we have a little bit more space in that particular location. I know Jamie has referred to that as the championship court. We've got good seating space. Because of budgetary concerns, and the city's ability to go out and get furniture and equipment, the facility right now, the bench seating, as well as the seating upstairs, I think right now is being thought as that would be purchased separately from the facility. That way you're not paying overhead and profit on a contractor for something you can just buy directly.
Our last presenter is Mr. Brian Boudreau. Thank you, Russell. And of course, all our professionals are here for questions, but to round out the presentation, Mr. Brian Boudreau is the architect in charge of the Veterans Memorial. Welcome, Brian.
Welcome. Best for last, right? You forgot that part. As mentioned before by Walter, the pond is just outside and beyond where the tail end of the memorial will be. The memorial itself is on a landscaped berm, roughly climbs up about 6 feet to its apex. And it'll overlook the pond, and then it'll also take advantage of some plateau land next to it to use as seating space, small event gatherings, any purpose really, just the availability of it there. We are still a little bit early in design. We're working with a few different consultants. We want to make sure we're just aware of all the nuances of the type of structure. So I'll go through a few of the highlights. Again, we're tied in right across the street from the parking lot. We have a walkway system that connects to our tail end of it. Again, it's partially on an elevated ridge surrounded by a grouping of trees. Right now it's dense trees. A lot of it's undergrowth and some of them not so desirable. Some of them that are desirable are the ones that we've selected, and those are the ones that we're going to maintain. And that's how we decided the pathway to it is, ground elevations and the existing trees. We will represent all 6 branches of the military with emblem plaques. We'll have 3 flags, USA, Louisiana, and POW. Along the pathway, we'll have bench seating. We do have provisions for engraved tiles, which will be a fundraising campaign for the memorial, and the lawn gathering space around it. Any questions?
You might have mentioned this, Brian, but there'll be a system where bricks can be bought to memorialize, local
Yes.
veterans or their families if they want to buy bricks.
Correct.
We're working on kind of setting up that plan on how that's going to work, but
Yes. Similar, if y'all have gone to USL campus, the engraved brick tiles are on most of the walkways for the graduates. Similar scenario here.
and we've also considered that events might happen here, veterans events, and there's a space in the lawn where people could gather.
Correct. Like I was saying, there's the memorial itself is on that ridge, and then as it plateaus within 15 feet of that perimeter, there'll be a flat lawn space.
We could add seating for an event there, and just so we could, we could let people gather there. Okay, so with all that being said, just a reminder that the council had gone through an exercise earlier this year of requesting and being awarded a bond for $8 million to go towards this project. Here's the final designs coming forward. This would give the approval to start moving forward with, get with public bid. So Kristen, saying that, could you speak somewhat to the city's financial position as it pertains to the recreation bond and the recreation finances?
Yeah, so we received the bond for about 8 million, and then I see that y'all are requesting 8.9. So in the last 2 years, the fund balance for the rec sales tax fund has increased by 1.9 million, almost 2 million. And then we're projecting a $680,000 increase in this current year. That's unaudited numbers though. So that's 2.7 million.
So cash on hand, could you speak to that?
Yeah, so we have the 8 million from the bond and then about another 3 million sitting in the bank, so a total of 11. And then our sales tax, I mean, this month has been up, and I hope it's gonna continue to be up. Yeah,
What do we collect annually, monthly roughly
for the sales tax.
for recreation?
Recreation,
Sales tax, give or take.
you're saying like for the park as income or rec
No,
sales
the
tax?
Sales tax.
No, the sales tax is 370, between 350, 370.
Okay, I believe that concludes the presentation, but if there's any questions, Russell has a set of plans. I'm sure you're willing to stay after the meeting and go through the plans when anybody would like to go a little deeper, but the floor is open for any questions. Jamie, remind me of the study that you took from Lafayette that talked about the need for pickleball courts in our parish.
Yeah, there was a study that was done pretty much parish-wide. It took in everybody here and really dove into the facilities that we currently have and what the need for facilities was. And the pickleball complex was, or having a centralized pickleball arena was definitely a hot topic on there. And if you guys remember, I kind of gave you all a snapshot of that study where we come up with how many courts we actually decided to go with. We originally started 26 to 32. You could host national events, but theoretically it's like doing, okay, how many times would we host a national event? So we wanted to get more regional, state, and a couple nationals that could still come in with the 24 courts that we have. And I mean, we've already sparked an interest of 3 different groups that want to come, and 2 of the 3 events that want to come have ESPN that follow them and televise. So there's quite a bit of interest in it.
That was the Huddle Group that had put that study together?
Yes, sir.
That you're referencing? And, I mean, of course, bringing in events is fantastic for the city, but having a first-class facility for our residents to use is always, at top of the list for making it make sense for Broussard. Pickleball's a hot commodity in Lafayette Parish. And one thing I don't think got mentioned when Russell was going through it is that we reserved a space near the current parking lot near tennis for a playground. And I know, I've asked you to work with some of the playground equipment providers to see what they could do about an all-inclusive playground, what our options would be there. I'm sure you're working through that.
Yes, sir. I'm actively working on getting a couple different options available, and I kind of wanted to get a budgetary number that I could work with to where I could kind of compare apples to apples on what we
Sure,
can fit.
but the space has been carved out, so it's kind of
Correct,
designated
correct.
on the plan for that. We just, kind of looking through what the options are so we can bring it back to the council.
Yes,
to see
sir.
what might be, what they might approve. Kelly, public comment,
No public comment.
council discussion.
Question.
District 2,
Yes.
District 3,
Yes.
District 4,
Yes.
District 5,
Yes.
District 6,
Yay.
at large,
Yay.
District 1,
Yes.
motion approved.
Thank you all for that presentation. Item 4.2, resolution number 849-25, a resolution declaring the contract for Broussard Main Street Phase 3B to be substantially complete. Do we have a motion to approve?
Motion. Second.
Our presenter tonight is Mr. Joseph Marino. Welcome, Joseph, with Duplantis Engineering.
Good evening, everybody. So on the heels of that, good news, hopefully kind of more good news here with the completion of Main Street Phase 3B, which is basically starting from the railroad tracks at, and this is a pre-picture just to give you all some insight of how poor the area was. This is actually by the fireworks station. If y'all are familiar with this, like the building was essentially about to fall into the street. Light poles, there's a, in that big hole there's actually an old light pole foundation. So the crater essentially took that and it fell and just laid there along with the other existing utilities. So a lot of that stuff was falling apart. Hopefully the next picture is kind of like what it looks like today, which is a completely night and day. We've got the ditch is filled in, it's piped in, subsurface drainage, the 10-foot multi-use path, which is essentially connecting Alverson Parkway all the way to South Bernard, and now South Bernard's got the 6-foot-ish sidewalk, which now connects all the way to Alverson Parkway, which goes beyond. So really have a true connectivity with sidewalks now. Really will be once Main Street Phase 2 is complete. But just a few pictures showing the completion of the project, how it looks now. It used to be massive open ditches and, no lighting, no sidewalks, no parking. So a lot of that stuff is, it's all complete. So basically here tonight recommending a vote to approve the project as being substantially complete. The contractor was Southern Construction. They did the first part of the project, which is 3A, and this is 3B, the second part. Ben was nice enough to fly some drone aerials for us so everybody get a good bird's eye view. Some stuff forthcoming over there on Celebrity as we get through some of the upcoming beautification plans for all of Main Street. A little bit different here. Essentially, all the punch list items have been addressed for this project. We are tracking 2 substantial completions on this. Basically, this certificate of substantial completion is good for all work except for the 40-foot light pole. So there is one aspect that hasn't been constructed or installed yet, and that's the 40-foot light poles. There were some delays with the materials and complications with getting the proper materials for the project, but that's all been resolved. So we'll have a second substantial completion coming, but the contractor requested this because there's a lot of money held retainage on 95% of the project. So we'll get this recorded, assuming approval tonight. 45 days, get a clear lien, release the appropriate retainage for the work that is completed and substantially complete. And then here the next couple of months, Slimco will do their work for the 40-foot poles, which is from Celebrity to Alverson Parkway. They've been paid for that already. Slimco's installing that, and then Southern will be able to do the remainder of the 40-foot poles, which kind of circles around the Saks Avenue project. But enough rambling from me. So here to answer any questions.
Kelly, do you have public comment?
No public comment.
Council discussion?
Question.
District 3,
Yes.
District 4,
Yes.
District 5,
Yes.
District 6,
Yay.
at large,
Yay.
District 1,
Yes.
District 2,
Yes.
motion approved.
Thanks, everybody.
Item 5.1 under ordinances for introduction, ordinance number 25-833, an ordinance of the city of Broussard annexing property located on and along the southern right-of-way of Garber Road, section 54/98, Township 10 South, Range 5 East in Lafayette Parish, Louisiana, on Garber Road 520-2540, even numbers on Garber Road, and 542 to 578, even numbers on Garber Road, placed in voting District 1 for the city of Broussard. Do we have a motion to introduce?
Make a motion.
Second.
So there is a map supplied in the council's packet of this annexation. It has been through the proper channels and it's gotten this far to bring it to the council, but picture. Properties off of Garber Road, unzoned, unannexed by the city today, but we do have property adjacent to it. Kelly, do you have public comment?
No public comment.
Council discussion?
Question.
District 4,
Yes.
District 5,
Yes.
District 6,
Yay.
at large,
Yay.
District 1,
Yes.
District 2,
Yes.
District 3,
Yes.
motion approved.
Ordinances for adoption. Item 6.1, ordinance number 25-832, an ordinance approving amendment number 5 to the wholesale water agreement between Lafayette City Parish Consolidated Government and the city of Broussard, Louisiana. Before I ask for a motion to adopt, I need to report that Lafayette, LCG did call me. Gerald and their attorney, our city attorney, Gerald and their attorney had been working out the language for the contract. Called me a few days ago, mentioned to me that the language that they had sent, they want to make a change to, they still want to go back and forth with the language. So I let them know it was already on our agenda, and I would seek our attorney's advice on how do we pause this till we receive new language.
Well, the way the ordinance is written is that this is the proposed document, but the ordinance gives you authority to negotiate the final language that's included in this. If the council will do that, then we don't have to come back to the council.
Okay, well, that would be.
The question was, the issue is this. When this agreement was first signed, it was contemplated that the city would be buying, or it states that the city would be buying all of its water from Lafayette. Well, we know that that's not the case. And when they did the amendment, they referenced the original agreement or the existing agreement whereby the city of Broussard buys all of its water for all of its water customers from Lafayette. Well, we know that's not the case. And so I wanted to take that language out. I don't want to use that as a preface because they know, and we have for years, been producing our own water, which is sold to customers, and we buy from Lafayette a substantial amount. I just didn't want the language in an agreement to state something that wasn't accurate.
What's your advice, Gerald, on how to handle ordinance
I think
tonight?
if you adopt the ordinance as is, it gives the mayor authority to go and work out this language, and then we don't have to come back to the council.
So that's at the council discretion on how we handle it.
Make a motion.
Do we have any public comment?
No public comment.
We have a motion on the floor.
Second.
District 5,
Yes.
District 6,
Yay.
at large,
Yay.
District 1,
Yes.
District 2,
Yes.
District 3,
Yes.
District 4,
Yes.
motion approved.
That was the last item on our agenda. Thank you all for being at our meeting tonight. Please drive safely, and I would ask the council to stay for a picture after the meeting. Meeting adjourned.